Hey y'all, it's Kelly Clarkson with Wayfair, where delivery and setup are as easy as a few taps on your phone. Picture this. You're relaxing in an old hammock, scrolling Wayfair's app when you spot it. A brand new patio set. Next thing you know, Wayfair delivers it right to your patio and sets it up. Oh, you need a new grill too? All right, Wayfair's got you covered. With Wayfair's room of choice delivery and fast expert setup on qualifying orders, life gets a little easier. Visit wayfair.com or the Wayfair app.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
What is a comfort zone? Why do you need to lean out of it? And how do you do it? Stay tuned and find out.
Welcome.
Okay, here's the question.
Serious?
How are we dark horses? You know, the ones everyone is betting against, the ones they don't expect to win, place, or even show on the track, and they'll even laugh on us when we talk about trying. How do we show the world our greatness and triumph?
Come on.
Well, that's the question, and this podcast will give you the answers.
Let's go.
This is The Dark Horse Entrepreneur. My name is Tracy Brinkman.
And push it up.
What is up? What is up? What the hell is up, my Dark Horse friends and family? Welcome back to your daily dose of growing your comfort zone learning. I'm your Dark Horse host, Tracy Brinkman, and you, well, that, my friend, is infinitely more important. You are a driven entrepreneur or one in the making. Either way, you're here because you're ready to start, restart, kickstart, just start leveling up with some great marketing, personal or business tips and results in order to build that beautiful business of yours into the empire it absolutely deserves to be. That's why I'm here coming at you with another Daily Success episode straight from the Dark Horse HQ as we dive deep into success with actionable advice, tips, and steps designed to help you level up your game. Because as we already know, yeah, that's right, there are no shortcuts to success except for taking those little steps towards your goal every single day. Now while we talk about those little steps, right, take that little step because I know you're getting the value from this podcast. That's why you keep coming back and listening to my rambling mouth here. So please take that little step. Go on down there. Make sure you hit that subscribe button while you're there. Yep, that's right. Leave us a 5-star rating and some kind words in the reviews. You see, these subscribes, ratings, and reviews tell the podcast platforms that you are getting that value. They lift us up a little bit in the rankings, which help us get exposed to more driven entrepreneurs just like yourself. So please take a moment, show the love, and help spread the word. I definitely appreciate you. All right, comfort zones. Oh my goodness, what the hell are comfort zones? And I know we all kind of understand what a comfort zone is, but it's all, it's kind of this, this like fuzzy thing out there that, how do we pin down exactly what it is, right? And I think if we put it into summary, a comfort zone is like this, we call it a psychological boundary, right? It's this mind fence that gets put around you that says, you know what, as long as I stay inside this fence, everything's cool, everything's fine, I'm comfortable here, right? But when I try to climb just outside that fence, it's like, whoa, wait a minute. Yeah, danger, warning, Will Robinson, right? And it might not just be danger, it just could be, well, this feels weird. And weird could be good, weird could be bad. It's not that it feels bad, it's just not something you're used to. And if we take a moment, think back when you were a kid, right? And maybe mom was trying to make you, brush your teeth every day or take a shower every day. And, mom would first walk you into the bathroom and, show you this is your toothbrush. Maybe you had that cool toothbrush that was shaped like a dinosaur, a unicorn or something, and would show you how to put the toothpaste on there. And when you were doing it, you were bumbling around and, you were rubbing all over the place and not doing it. And she said, no, here's how you do it. You do this up and down motion, and then you got to go back of the teeth and go back and forth and make sure you get way back, and it felt weird, right? It was like odd. But now, today, when you get up in the morning and you go into the bathroom and you brush your teeth, it's like no big deal. It's like whatever. And why is that? It's because it's such a normal part of you. It's this routine. And it's just that. It's routine. And so you don't even think about it. It's just got almost like automatic pilot. Now, if we flip that on its ear to maybe giving a presentation in front of a room of, 100 people, 1,000 people? 2,000 people? Now, some of you may be going, that's no big deal. Okay, well, you're in the minority. I'm lucky enough to be one of those folks in the minority, but I know it is a big fear. I know there's been studies out there that say next to death, right? Public speaking is the number one fear. So that actually makes it number 2, right? So if you think about it, giving that presentation, and it may be a presentation on something that you're brilliant at. You're an expert on it. You're like, man, I could do this in my sleep. But you get up there, your heart's racing, right? Your palms are a little sweaty, and your mind is going through all these things like, well, what if I flub up? What if I forget this? What if I forget that? And when usually once you get into the groove of it, it's like, okay, this is cool. And then when you give that presentation maybe 4, 5, 6, 7 times, each time it becomes a little easier. Each time it leans into your comfort zone, or really what happens is that mind fence of your comfort zone begins to move outward further and further, enveloping this as now a part of your comfort zone. And that kind of leads me into, there are 4 things I think you can do to help expand your comfort zone. But before we go there, I want you to think about a few things as we're going through this. And the first thing is, successful people do what unsuccessful people are unwilling to do. Yeah. Simple, right? That maybe they have a mind fence or a comfort zone that doesn't incorporate the thing that they need to do. But you know what? They have this bias towards action. So they bust down that fence, they jump over that fence, whatever, they dig under it. Either way, they get on the other side of that mind fence, of that comfort zone, and they do what's necessary to reach the level of achievement that they desire. And at the same time, you could also go with the thought process that successful people are those people that almost live right at the edge of their comfort zone. They're the ones that are raising their hands when volunteers are asked for. They're the ones that are raising their hands when some tough project is presented to them. They're like, oh man, that would be awesome to take that on and solve that problem. They're the ones that are raising their hand when the department needs some sort of chairperson or some event needs a chairperson, right? Are they nervous? Are they doubtful? Yeah, they might be. They're like, okay, yeah, I could stumble, I could bumble, I could fall, I could face plant, I could ruin this all. But they live on that edge of their comfort zone and they continuously push it outwards. And they're thinking to themselves, you know what? I can do this. I might fail, but I'm going to try. And because of this, these successful people begin to feel comfortable being uncomfortable. Because they live on the edge of that comfort zone, they tend to get used to it, right? It almost becomes second nature to them. I won't say they're hungry for it, but they're like, yeah, I felt this feeling before, and I made it past it. It's like, you made it past the uncomfortableness of brushing your teeth when you were a young kid. You made it past the uncomfortableness of the first few times you got on that bicycle. Now you're like cycling all over the damn place. Some of you are probably cycling in marathons, right? You made through the uncomfortableness of asking that first girl out on a date, right? Now maybe you're married with kids and it's all cool, right? You've made it through those uncomfortablenesses that are out there. So you can you can get outside the mind fence or the uncomfortableness of the things that are going to make you the success that you desire and deserve to be. All right, Tracy, I get it, right? You got me, you sold me. How? Okay, let me give you some ideas. I think one of the number one ideas, and this is probably by far the easiest, is do something that you've always done, but do it differently. We all get into these rote routines, right? Where we're like, ka-chunka, 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 ka-chunka. It makes our life easy. And it's just, we're spinning down the same old road. And it could be something as simple as always drive the same way to work, right? Always wear the same style of clothes. I don't know. Maybe you always go and have you go to the same place for lunch, or you always have the same things for lunch, or you always go to the same gym, or you always use the same machines at the gym, or you always have the same routine while you're in the gym. Well, do something that you're used to doing, but do it differently. Here's a real easy one. We're talking about brushing teeth. If you usually brush your teeth with your right hand, right? Try brushing your teeth with your left hand. You want to talk about being uncomfortable. That's going to feel really, really weird. But it's just that simple. Just keep practicing it. All of a sudden, it will be comfortable. If normally when you put on a pair of pants, you normally put your right leg in first, obviously you're going to have to take a moment to consciously register which leg you usually put in first. Now, the next time, put in the left leg or put in the opposite leg first. It will feel so weird. But by doing that, you get comfortable with being uncomfortable, right? Okay. Now, you could take the same thing, the same idea here of doing something, but doing it different, or add on to that. Now, do something you've always done, but do more of it. So, like myself, one of the things I like to do first thing in the morning, I get up, I'll grab a drink of water, run a brush through my hair, and I jump on the treadmill, put in a mile. And so if you normally get up, say at, 6 o'clock, try getting up at 5:30. Let's make it even easier. If you normally get up at 6 o'clock, get up at 5:45, right? And then if your first thing is like me, you get on the treadmill and you do a mile, get up at 5:45, hop on that treadmill and do a mile and a half, do a mile and a quarter. Heck, do 2 miles. Do something you would normally do, but do a little more of it, right? And next thing you know, if you get up that 15 minutes early, you're like, hey, this is, it's going to be out of your comfort zone for the first few days, maybe the first week. Then it's going to be normal. Now, after a week or two into it, getting up at 5:15 or, whatever the 5:40, whatever the earlier time is, it's going to be a lot easier. And those extra minutes on the treadmill or in the gym or doing whatever it is you normally do is going to be a lot easier. Now you've taken your mile stroll to a mile and a half or 2 miles or whatever it is, simply by getting up a few minutes earlier. Whatever it is, do something you normally do, but do a little bit more of it. That could include reading, right? If you normally, hey, I'm going to get up in the morning and, obviously reading is a great thing to do. And I read for a half hour, read for 45 minutes. Who cares? It's all cool. I mean, one of the great things about reading is being an expert in your field. So now you can maybe add that extra 50 minutes is I'm going to learn something new about something I'm already good at. That way you're even better, right? You've heard me talk about that before. I think the next great tip, and I lean on this one a lot, is to just lean a little bit outside your comfort zone. So if we go back to the analogy of the mine fence, you don't have to jump over the fence. You don't have to bash through the fence. Heck, you could sit right on the fence and just lean a little bit into that discomfort zone, right? It doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to be big. Maybe you don't do anything when you get up in the morning. You're not an exercise person. Like, man, I get up, I have breakfast, I'm on the road. Okay. So get up in the morning when you roll out of bed, drop down to a couple of push-ups. Now, if any of these things put your health at risk or any part of you is in super pain, obviously you want to seek the advice of a doctor or anyone who's got the all the letters that they need. But, you get what I'm going at here, right? If you don't get up and run or walk or do anything in the morning, well, try just something simple. Hey, I'm going to stroll around the living room. I'm going to do a couple of laps around my couch, right? That's walking. That's more than you've done previously. So just lean out of that comfort zone a little bit. Maybe you don't get up and read in the morning. Okay, well, I'm going to get up and I'm going to look up a couple of articles on Google about something, my expertise, my field, or just a topic I'm generally interested in. And I'm going to read about them for 15 minutes. Or I'm going to crack open that newspaper that has been coming to my house for a year now, and I've never looked at it. I just keep using it to, line the birdcage, okay? I'm going to read for 15 minutes in it. There you go. Now you're starting to lean out of your comfort zone, and that will literally move that mine fence an inch at a time further and further out. And here's a great one. If some opportunity arises, maybe you don't want to raise your hand to be the chair. Maybe you can raise your hand to help that chairperson out. So now you're just stepping into it and leaning a little out of your comfort zone. And then once you get comfortable doing that, the next time an opportunity raises its hand, maybe you could take the lead instead. And the final one I want to leave you with here is a really huge one, because I think too many people do not do this, is you want to plan, don't even have to plan it. You want to have ticker tape parades. So many times we do things that are out of the norm for us. And even if we don't do them well, we did them, right? You're like, I did that. Oh my God, I never thought I could do that. I never thought I could brush my teeth. I never thought I could ride a bike. I never thought I could help chair a project. I never thought I could get up in front of an audience of 10 or 5 or 50 or 500 people and give a presentation. Celebrate those victories. Be proud. Thump yourself on the chest. Pat yourself on the back. Pat yourself on the butt. Whatever it is, celebrate your victories. That is a huge motivation in itself. And as you try these different things to try and move your mind fence further out and by leaning out of your comfort zone, do not lean out too far, right? Be cautious. When you lean out too far, it could be very demotivating and can actually move your comfort zone. It could contract it more than you want. And sometimes that's just going to happen, right? Tracy, I only leaned out an inch and everything fell on my face, and all of a sudden your comfort zone contracts in. That's going to happen. Be ready for it. The thing is, if you practice these behaviors that we're talking about here on an ongoing basis, you can't just do this once and expect it to work. You got to commit to it. Do it a little bit at a time, over and over and over again, and you'll begin pushing that comfort zone, that mind fence, further and further and further out. And, you'll come back a month, 6 months from now, and you're going to go look at where your comfort zone used to be and where it is now, and you're going to go, yeah, I'm pretty damn awesome. And what do you do after that? Well, then you look around and see where your mind fence is at, jump back up on top of that sucker, and keep leaning out. You just keep on going. And as you keep on going, you're going to increase your levels of success. Again, you're going to live right on the edge of that comfort zone, and you just keep pushing that mind fence further out. All right, my Dark Horse friends and family, there you have it. Now, tomorrow, we're going to go back into the Facebook group and record this episode live, and we're going to chat about how you can change your entire life with one simple mindset shift. Now, I know you want to keep getting all these daily success tips, so be sure you go on down there and smash that subscribe button. And while you're there, yep, that's right, leave us a 5-star rating, drop us some kind words in the reviews. As I mentioned earlier, these subscribes, ratings, and reviews tell those podcast platforms out there that you're getting value, and helps us, they raise us in the rankings, and that helps us get exposed to more driven entrepreneurs just like yourself. So please take a moment, show the love, and help spread the word. And then, obviously, come on over into the Facebook group so you can hear when you can join in, ask questions, raise your hand, tell me how stupid I am, whatever it is, when we do our live recordings in there. And obviously you can connect with the other driven entrepreneurs in there. Go to facebook.com and type Dark Horse Tribe in that search bar. You should see us right on top. There will be a link down in the show notes. You can click that. If for any reason none of those work for you, go to your favorite web browser, type in darkhorseschooling.com/Dark Horse Tribe, all one word. That will take you straight there, and I look forward to meeting you in the group. All right, you get out there, you run your race, you get your results. Come on into the group and let me hear all about them. Until tomorrow, think successfully and take action.
Thank you for listening to the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
And you know this!
Thanks for tuning in.
Check us out at www.darkhorseschooling.com.
All right.
My name is Tracy Brinkman.